Hey everybody! Happy St. Patrick's Day from the Provo Library. As you can see, I am wearing my green overalls today. I hope that you, even if you're stuck at home in your bed or on your couch, I hope you found something green to wear. Socks, shoes, a piece of lint you picked up off the ground, doesn't matter. If it's green, it counts. We are unfortunately closed right now. So because we don't get to see you for crafts and other programs and stuff like that, we wanted to do something really fun for you guys and for us because we miss you so much. We are doing something called Boredom Busters. Every weekday at 4, we will be doing some sort of craft that you can follow along with so that we can still have that fun connection with you and so that you have something fun to get you through the day. So because it is St. Patrick's Day, I decided that I wanted to do something that had to do with leprechauns. So we are making a leprechaun trap. The most important thing to remember about the leprechaun trap, though, is that it's not to be mean to leprechauns. It's just so that if you can happen to catch one of these magical creatures, you get to see it up close. But don't be mean to it, don't taunt it, don't make fun of it, or anything like that, okay? So, leprechaun traps are really easy to make. They just take a few supplies that I hope you have in your own home right now. The first thing you're gonna need is some sort of box. I chose to use a shoebox. I think this is the easiest way to do it because it has a lid that you can take off and then you don't have to really do anything to it to make it work for this craft. If all you have is some sort of empty Amazon box or something like that, that's fine too. Just ask a grown-up for help so that you can cut all the flaps off of the edges, and then it will work just the same as a shoebox. The shoebox is just easier to begin with. So that is the first thing you're gonna need. The second thing is some sort of stick. I'm choosing to use a pencil because it makes this craft a little easier. You could go outside and find a stick if you want to. You could use a pen. Doesn't really matter. As long as it looks like a stick, it'll do the trick. That's funny, that rhymed. Okay, next you're gonna need some leprechaun bait. Leprechauns are kind of fun because they like things that are shiny. So if you have some coins, that will do the trick. If you have some piece of tin foil that's laying around, you can crumple it up into a ball and use that as well. For me, I decided to use some chocolates that are wrapped in gold foil because I wanted to give the leprechauns a little extra special treat. They really love chocolate, and we want to make this as enticing as possible if we want to catch one. And they really like gold, so I thought the combination would work pretty well. So now that you have your bait and your box and your stick, that's all you technically need to do this, but there are some extra things you could use as well. If you have some green paper, you can make shamrocks to go with it. If that's what you want to do, you can use some scissors and some tape to add it to the box. If you're in my library kids class, you know that if you have scissors, you need to be really careful with them, okay? Even if you're at home, so promise me that. Okay, those are the optional things you're gonna need. The very first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take your box and you're gonna decorate it. So I chose to use these shamrocks, so I just taped them all over and made it look as exciting as possible for a leprechaun. If you don't have green paper, you can go and get some clovers from your yard or some grass because they're green too, and that'll make it look pretty. You could also use glitter glue or glue some buttons on it. If you have stickers, that would also work. Basically, anything that can make your box just a little bit extra special will make this more fun for the leprechaun and you. To set up your leprechaun trap, you're going to take your stick and your box, and you're going to take one end of your stick. I'm using the pointy end because I think that just makes it a little bit easier. And you're going to put it inside your box while holding it. So you see this groove right here in your box. All boxes have them. It's where the wall meets the ceiling. That little corner right in the middle, you're going to put one end of your stick in there, and that's what's going to hold it up. Holding it like this, you're going to place it on a flat surface. It can be a table, it can be the ground, it could be a chair. Doesn't really matter. And it might fall over a couple times. You'll just have to balance it to get it perfectly. As long as it stays up, it'll work. The next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take your leprechaun bait. You have to be really careful with this part so that you don't knock the trap down on yourself. And you're gonna take it and you're gonna push it just underneath in a little pile. And that is what's gonna make the leprechaun want to go inside your trap. I'm gonna use my extra shamrocks to put around the trap. just to make it extra exciting. It might trick the leprechaun into thinking that this is just a fun little place to get chocolate candy and not a trap. So if you did it right, which I'm assuming you did because you're all so smart, the leprechaun is going to come into your trap and try and get the bait. And when it does, it's gonna knock it down and it's gonna fall on top of it, trapping it inside. The thing is, leprechauns are kind of tricky. They might get out, even if your trap works. So unfortunately, it may not perfectly trap a leprechaun, but if your trap has been sprung, then that's how you know a leprechaun was there. I really hope that you can all make a leprechaun trap at home so that you get to see evidence of these super cool magical creatures. Thank you so much for watching this Boredom Buster. Don't forget that we will be doing them every weekday at 4 while the library is closed. Have a great day.